Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Jets. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go, D.
They'll run on first down. Harrington, and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fool them with the inside run.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 3 yards to gain there, second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets have taken a first quarter lead. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, it's been a short week. We're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And now running right through him. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
So the delay of game penalty backs him up. It's now 2nd and 7. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39.
He's brought down.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Now they go play action now. Burrow. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
Bengals first down.
Mixon with a first down carry. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Cincinnati.
Joe Mixon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
Kick is good.
They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
Do you think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
It's time to learn that. Mess around and put that thing up where you burn that. 6 figures every year, yeah, earn that. At the front of this line is where my turn at.
Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that in their head.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
You know the ones that want to keep you where you've been before. But I can't go, no I can't go. And whoa, sometimes I need a check. Not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. You change the name, how about your respect? Give them more than when I get expecting up the back. In fact, I sat down with my accountant, he said I got good news and I got bad news. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news?
And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he'll find Hall. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he is finally out of bounds all the way down at the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 45 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Over the middle complete. That's Hall. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. It's Logan Wilson there to bring him down. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. From 13 yards out. And the Jets have taken the lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to it. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Joey slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Got a man open, it's Ross. Past the 20. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A big play there for Cincinnati. 62 yards. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
Mixon, the Bengals.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 4.
On 2nd down, Burrow. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Complete.
Joe Mixon with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
The kick is
See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Check 79. Switch.
This time, Jackson will throw it. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
By the Bengals.
I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. On 1st down, Mixon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
On 2nd down, here's Burrow. Forced out, and he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Bengals have broken our tie as they take the lead.
Great field position has to be one of the best. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
The score, Bengals 21, Jets 14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got a man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Jets. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Push him back. Push him back.
Now Jackson on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And, oh, right away, he lost the football. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
This is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Joey Sly lining up.
Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. That's complete to John Ross. 20, 10, and finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. A big play there on the catch and run. 73 yards. Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Mixon trying to punch it in, and he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals.
Touchdown.
Joe Mixon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will make it into the end zone.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking,
oh, wide open, complete. And he's going to take it in for a big play there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Jets have taken the lead. Just an unbelievable start. Less than a minute in, they're already up 2 touchdowns.
you talk about getting out of the gate fast. I mean, beyond fast. That's warp speed, isn't it? To jump up with 2 scores like that in less than a minute's time, your confidence has to be elevated.
I haven't even found the right height for my chair yet. I'm still adjusting.
You mean you found a way to sit down?
I did, yeah.
Wow, you're quick.
I got that accomplished.
I'm still standing watching this occur.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20. And finally out of bounds all the way way down at about the 2. A big play there on the catch and run. 73 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. Here's a run with Mixon, and he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
The kick is
and a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes, and he's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time. Let's see if the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. Doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Jets get the quick strike touchdown. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinator threw an opening, and there he goes. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. A big play there on the catch and run. 73 yards. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. They'll give it to Mixon, and he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Bengals draw even, and of course they can take the... And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he is not going to get to the goal line. The defense keeps him out of the end zone, and as a result, that's going to keep this game tied. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They go play action now. Jackson. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he gets this one down to the 24. 39 yards there, a big one.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now this time he'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards that time to push him up. 1st and goal.
All
right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football from triple option, you've actually called that play.
2nd and goal from the 1. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. From a yard out. And the Jets are going to take the lead.
Joey.
Getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it, it's scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over him.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Certainly not what they wanted there, so the football by rule comes out to the 40.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here. 1st and 10 at the 40. Off of play action, he'll look to throw. Open man is Ross, complete. And he is finally out of bounds, just shy of the 5, all the way down at the 6. A big play there for the Bengals. 54 yards. Didn't take long, one play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon. What is going on here? 4 first-quarter touchdowns. Unbelievable. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
The kick is good.
And he knocks it through.
That ties the game at 27.
Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be a 2nd down. action. It's Jackson. Being chased out left. Now he'll pull it down. And he's able to get up here to the 26. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 1.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
He may try and run for this. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
At the 28-yard line.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one.
The score all tied.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Burrow on third down. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
To Joe Mixon.
A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals have broken our tie as they take the lead. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
The route, the drag, and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
20.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Point after, right down the middle, and the lead now up to 14.
Jets, 27.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
He goes full extension, and he's got it. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
The Bengal ball carrier.
A gain of 3, second down.
The 40-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Gain of 15.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically...
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 30 yards. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
What we got? Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. I got one.
To throw again. Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught at the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. And incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And some room to maneuver. And he will finally be taken down at the Jets' 17-yard line. That one good for 37 yards. Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he'll take this one down near the 15. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 2nd down now, Mixon, and he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. A chance to really cap off a big, and he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Goal. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now they go play action now. Burrow. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. The Bengals drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. With a catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
A gain of 14.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
He was brought down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. As a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards, so many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this. You have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
Intercepted by the Bengals.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
The ball carrier.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Past the 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
31 yards.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 14-yard line.
Play action. It's Burrow sliding out of the pocket. And now he's going to use his legs. Now Burrow loses the football. And that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one. And the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
On 3rd down, Nixon. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Jackson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
By the Bengals.
2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line.
The ball carrier.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
9-yard line.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
The throw over the middle taken in. And down inside the 15 he goes. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
15.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll also be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. From the 9, 2nd and 5. Once again, they run with Mixon. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Joe Mixon.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
On third down. Nixon, and he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A 5-yard touchdown run. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
55,
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
check 24, check 24.
Fourth down, here's Jackson. Trying to lay one up deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A big play there. 76 yards. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit.
For the point after.
So it was 4th down. They go deep to try to pick up the first. They pick up more than that. They pick up a score.
I'm not even sure the analytics guys would think that was a good gamble. 4th down there going for it. But they pressed the issue. And not only did they complete the pass downfield, how about the run after catch that ends up culminating in a touchdown? That's a huge play.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they'll have this all the way out to the 50-yard line. Excellent field position.
After return to midfield, I just wish we could open up the heads of the offensive and defensive coordinators, because right now the wheels have to be spinning because things just changed. Offensive playbook just opens up, and now on defense, do you play aggressively or do you lay back a little bit to try and calm things down?
And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
Johnson.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity. Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Mike 96, Mike 96.
This time, Jackson will throw it. He's going to wind up and air it out. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. William Jackson with a pick. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. On second down, Burrow. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
The score, Bengals 76, Jets 41.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 18. Mike 55, right there in the middle, 55. Lock the screen. Head to 60, head to 60. Crunch, crunch. Mike 55.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
The Jets on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he'll only get a couple here, and that'll bring up 4th down, and they'll have time to talk things over as we have reached the 2-minute warning. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the ring alert. Ring alert. He's crashing. Panther 11. Panther 11.
He can run for it, and he will. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. This time it's Matthews. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive? Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And the Bengals grab it. And 1st and goal is what it will be at the 6-yard line. Excellent field position. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem...
Now Burrow loses the football. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone. Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple of weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Steps away to his left. And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And that will force a turnover on downs. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, You just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. On first down, it's Harrington. And he'll get this one up to the 26. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Eight yards to go on second down.
I can't believe they even let you play. And 96 is coming. We're going to Mike 96. Check.
One last shot for Jackson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kevin Byard.
Tonight's final score.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bengals, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Miami next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.